These are the 3 best Town Hall 13 attacks that you'll want to use for 3 stars. First things first, the Queen Charge Hybrid in our number 3 spot. This attack usually consists of 5 healers, 14 miners, 14 hog riders, other troops such as the super wall breakers that you're going to need to break your queen in, or you can also use baby dragons to help funnel your queen. Otherwise, your Queen Charge's goal is to get pathing, also removing the enemy clan castle, and maybe even removing the town hall, depending on the situation. The other side is going to be another funnel. Either your Siege Barrack or Flame Flinger and the Barbarian King are going to be used. That way, you can sandwich your hybrid in between both of them in order to get more value and, of course, get the 3-star. So when you start this attack off, you are going to start with your Queen Charge. Typically, look for an area where you can remove, let's say, the CC and Eagle or CC and Town Hall. You will want to use stuff like Sneaky Goblins and Baby Dragons to funnel her. You will want to make sure that you are raging the queen up through damage that she might not be able to take very much of, so a lot of point defenses or just heavy hard-hitting defenses, such as scatter shots, freezing up single target infernos if there are any, or turning your queen invisible against either the enemy heroes if you're having to go into them, or even the enemy clan castle, since you will have to deal with the clan castle at some point. Otherwise, you should be able to create one part of your funnel quite easily. Now, adjacent to your queen, whether it's left or right of her, you are going to be using your funneling. Typically, I highly recommend the Siege Barrack in most cases, with the use of the Barbarian King to create one side of the funnel. Now, if you are trying to send your hybrid through the middle of the base into the Town Hall compartment, I highly recommend using the Flame Flinger with the King instead. Otherwise, those are your 2 options for funneling your hybrid, so that way your hybrid can move straight through the middle. And last but not least, it's the hybrid. This is typically going to be sending in your miners first, Grand Warden, then your hog riders. You'll also send your royal champion in with your troops. In terms of this, you should use a heal spell early on, and then use a heal spell either in the core or later on in the attack after your Grand Warden ability. You will want to use that after you use 1 heal spell. Don't use it too early, but don't use it too late. If you don't have to go into the Town Hall, you can really save that Warden ability for anywhere as you get closer to the core. But if you're going into the Town Hall with the hybrid, use it either right before or right after that Town Hall goes down, because you will need to protect your troops from the Giga Bomb. Everything else is really going to be very simple. You've got healers that can switch onto your troops, alongside rage spells that can really provide a lot of support as you move through the rest of the base for a simple 3-star. Before we get to the number 2, make sure to use my creator code CORRUPT. It is greatly appreciated to use on any special offers in any Supercell game, and that way you can support me, support the channel, and everything that I do here. I greatly appreciate it, and thank you so much for supporting. In the number 2 spot, we have the Super Bowler Smash. This attack uses 4 Super Bowlers with 5 healers. Everything else is pretty much up to you. I would highly recommend bringing in something like 2 Witches, which helps with funneling. Chances are you need your Super Bowlers to go into the core of the base. If the Town Hall is in the core, that's awesome. Otherwise, getting to the core and then getting to the Town Hall is your primary objective with this. What you should consider doing is using a Warden Walk on one side and using a Flame Flinger on the other side. Depending on the base, you could also bring in the use of a Siege Barrack instead if you're hitting a ring base, but the Flame Flinger tends to be really good. Otherwise, you just want to get them to the core and let them go ham. First things first, let's start off with one part of your funnel, the Flame Flinger. You're mainly going to use this in an area where you've got a single Inferno, multi-Inferno, scatter, Eagle Artillery, or even the Town Hall. These are all things that you can actually get value from, but if none of those are there, then you could still use this against an area, but just be very mindful. It does a lot of damage to walls as well, so make sure that you don't break walls that might disrupt the pathing for your Super Bowlers. Otherwise, just be careful of Teslas, skeleton traps, and just expos in general, since they're going to absolutely shut it down. But that should allow you to create one side of the funnel, so you're able to get your Super Bowlers into the base. On the other side, you've got your Grand Warden, and he is going to just create the funnel. You don't need him to take out anything from the interior side. His goal is just to funnel. So bringing in the use of a Baby Dragon or Sneaky Goblins actually will help quite a lot, speeding him up. So make sure that you are speeding up the funneling without making him wander off with either those troops or just himself in general. Once you've set the funnel, you can send your super bowlers. Start with your Archer Queen though first to lure over the Grand Warden to her so the healers can switch onto the super bowlers. That's where they want to stay. As you enter in, use one super wall breaker first. This will really help you enter into the base. What you'll be able to do is use a rage spell early on to start off as you enter the base with the super bowlers. You should also consider using the rage spell around the core to let the super bowlers go ham as they work through. As you get closer to the town hall, or you're at the town hall, use the Grand Warden ability. Protect your super bowlers for as long as humanly possible. Once the town hall or the core is down, send in your royal champion on the side where you sent your flame flinger. You can have the hog riders from that flame flinger supporting your royal champion. It is really going to help you a lot. Just be very careful about time because you could actually time fail with this, so you can easily clear through the base. And of course, in the number 1 spot, we have the Blizzard Lalo. This is a very comfy Lalo, and this typically always uses 3 Lava Hounds, 26 to 28 balloons, and then 10 minions. Everything else is going to be what you support your Sui hero with, which we will touch on fairly soon. You mainly want to start this with the Blizzard. Your goal is to remove the Town Hall and lure out the CC. If you can remove an enemy hero, that is really nice, but you don't need to. Otherwise, your Sui hero is going in for either the enemy queen or enemy royal champion if you didn't remove them with the super wizard already. This is where you'll send the Lalo in pretty much adjacent or away from it. That way you have very simple pathing as you work yourself across with the Lavaloon portion. First things first, you're going to start with the Lava Hound and then send in your Blizzard. The Lava Hound is going to tank for your Battle Blimp so you can get in. Once you've gotten your Battle Blimp in position, let that pop and then you'll be able to drop in a Rage and Invisibility spell. This should allow you to easily protect your Super Wizards and start doing chain. Try to look for areas of bases, like I said, that have some good chains, specifically where the Town Hall is, since you want to remove the Town Hall. Time your invisibility spells every 4 seconds. This will help you get the most value from it. Then you move on to your Sui hero, and this is pretty simple. But you're going in either the left or right of your Blizzard, and all you're doing is just removing the enemy heroes. You will also send your royal champion in, usually adjacent, so she can get some other defenses down, and it will allow you to get a lot more pathing out of the base, which will make your Lalo easier. Now, the Lavaloon deployment can be difficult, but let's simplify it. Drop in 1 Lava Hound, and then drop in 2 to 3 groups of balloons. This is going to just be a heavier part, since you want them to deal quite a bit of damage right behind that tank. Otherwise, you just want everything to not only distract, also start merging with your first group as you work yourself down through. You will use the haste spells to get to key defenses such as splash buildings, scatters, multi-infernos, and wizard towers are by far very crucial. But also you'll want to use free spells against those said buildings. Be very careful though of red air bombs and a multi-inferno in the core, because that could actually crush your entire attack. So just keep an eye out on that and just be really careful. Otherwise, your cleanup phase has your minions and lava pups. Just be very careful of a tornado trap, because that could just send them to the shadow realm if you're not careful. Otherwise, this strategy works incredibly well as long as you have that cleanup, because you do not want to waste time and unfortunately get a time fail. Now, all these attacks are super strong and work on a lot of different bases. So if you want to see some other options for Town Hall 13 attacks, I'd recommend checking out this video right here. Otherwise, I'll be seeing you in the next video. Corrupt, signing out.